I was muted. Hello, lords, ladies, yeses, nos, and babies. This is Bella. She is my co-DM, and on occasion she tells me to murder PCs. We'll see who wins tonight. Maybe she needs a seat. She's taking over for the individual who's constantly in my home who plays Karvis. They are otherwise detained, and we'll see what sort of weird autopilot things I do to their character as punishment.
Oh no.
But who am I, who is threatening so many things? Well, I'll get to that. This is the Dicening, Atarik's crew, and all these other people are excellent, and they can introduce themselves while I figure out where this cat is going. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh no. Who
starts?
I'm now invested in the cat.
Yeah.
I think...
Lisa,
yeah,
you go first, Miss Lisa.
No, I was going to say that you should go first.
Oh, great. Okay. I'll go first. My name is Yev. I'm at YevP everywhere, and that's where you can find me. I'll be playing Rayldur today.
And I am Miss Lisa. You can find me as That's Miss Lisa on Instagram. I will be playing Klesh, who is just happy to be here.
Go first.
Awesome. I'm Lynn. I'm Legs McCoy and Sailor Trashface on just about everything. I'm playing Polly. That's about it.
I'm Elisa. I'm Miss Elisa Face on all the socials. And I will be playing Hazel, the fighter bard.
You're also bossy.
Very handsome.
I'm bossy.
Bossy. Hazel's not bossy.
No, but you are.
I'm bossy.
And plays a mean flute.
Plays a mean flute. Not so great at poetry. Tries though.
I mean, it's all about the effort. I was like, Yev's already put on his Rayldur face.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh, so it seems Bella has decided that she's going to continue to co-DM.
Oh, that's kind.
And she left my phone free. Yay! That's where most of my notes are. I am Tony, at Hatter, at Hat on all the internets. It's in Lead, so H47 or H4773R. And I will be your Dungeon Master this evening as indicated by the proclamation of co-DM. But we have a special treat that we're going to try and start incorporating into sessions so that people can jump in whenever, when they start following the game, or if they have to leave and come back and don't want to catch up on all the episodes, even though you absolutely should. I know I do. Although we did lose the audio on the last game, which is why this also helps. And I checked. The internet is working currently. We shouldn't lose the audio on this one. So, progress. Now, players, I have sent you a special sound file that you can listen to at your leisure in a moment. I will give you the signal to do so. And, oh goodness, I have a thing here on my control thingy bob. Where are you going? Okay. He lunged for the device with all the people
disaster. On it. Oh, geez. Oh, boy.
It will be a disaster. Oh, yeah. I guess we should asterisk this whole session with, if any of us suddenly disappear, pray. Some of us are under potential power outages. Some of us are under potential evacuation order. Some of us are under both. So if the stream goes down, sorry, but, life and limb. As much as I know I prioritize gaming over a lot of things.
I'm also sorry for the peanut gallery behind me.
Yes. Many of us cohabitate with many creatures of various volumes. And, yes. Anyway, so I have prepped a screen and a thing. Players, play your recap for yourself now.
Ready.
I welcome you back again, travelers. Once again, it is I, the teller, and as always, I am here to tell you a tale. At the beginning of today's tale, we find Atarik's crew being led by Franz Lilly to his favorite bar, Da Threkenjun, or the Mad Man, run by the Runga family. And as common for our heroes, they spend far too much time figuring out their lodgings for the evenings. And once again, our dear Polly becomes the object of quite a few stares. And as the crew gives Klesh a quick lesson on all the different ways one can make butter, Polly continues to gain more and more stares. Confused by all the attention, Rayldur wonders if she might have a bounty on her head, but everyone basically decides that it's because she's so pretty and looks different from most other people. Now, as they sup and drink, Klesh becomes a bit intoxicated. Hazel entertains the bar by playing the flute, accompanied by Bane, while Karvis continues to devour her pies. Slowly, one by one, all of our heroes file off to bed, except Klesh, who falls asleep in their butter. Morning comes, and everyone gathers back into the hall and waits for Franz Lilly. But not before pancakes are consumed again. Doka, owner of the bar, who is quite taken with Polythera, inquires from where she comes, then points out that she has never seen an Aasimar this far north before. Polly denies being an Aasimar and proclaims that she is a human. All are left uncomfortable. Then finally Franz Lilly shows and takes everyone back to the tower. There, Fricta gives them a response to take back to Atarik. Now the crew is back on the road and on their way to Gankit, where they stop and sleep for the night. Hazel regales the crew with two suspicious people that he saw on the road beforehand, and while on watch that evening, Klesh also notices two people who linger and then leave. Then Hazel is witness to the townsfolk leaving gifts for the crew as a thank you for their previous help. They begin the day with their customary pancakes and gather up their gifts. Klesh slips Rayldur the message and rolls up the thank you notes as a decoy. When the crew finally gets back out on the trail again, Rayldur becomes aware of someone following them. He asks Polly to keep an eye out, and as they continue on, Hazel and Klesh both point out where their tails are. Feeling increasingly uneasy, Klesh persuades Rayldur to take a different route, one that is more open. Luckily enough, our heroes are able to avoid all encounters and make their way back to Docklook, where they are finally able to deliver the reply message to Vesdruth. And that, dear travelers, is where our story ends today. But do not be alarmed. I'm sure we will meet again for more adventures with Atarik's crew. But until then, please do travel on.
Yay.
So, the mysterious teller has apparently been following, it appears to be stairs.
Stairs.
I didn't have any audio on this end, so it was very strange to just have the entire thing more or less. It was very like ASMR. It was great. Let me transition out of that real quick to our other thing so that I don't have that sitting there at the bottom of our stream software being weird, potentially causing problems. And slight shift in video. There we go. Okay.
You're louder.
All right. No, Bean, I love you, but no. Discuss amongst yourselves while I try and find a TREAT or something to deflect her.
Hey, you guys.
That was a good combo of two movies. Well done.
We went and saw that movie at drive-in the other night.
We did.
At a makeshift
Really?
drive-in on top of the parking garage. We went and saw The Goonies, and then we went and saw Into the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Nice.
Irvine Spectrum converted the top of their parking garage into a drive-in movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we can.
I've been wanting to go to because
go on
we
a
have a
date
drive-in movie
without being in
theater very
danger.
close to us. but
Ooh.
like the movies are always like, I'm not gonna sit here for that. So I'm just waiting for good movies to go. Movies that I find good.
Now, a lot of them were not so much,
Yeah.
but
There's some like good looking ones.
then there was Goonies and Into the Spider-Verse. So.
Yeah, our moving day was Jurassic Park, and that was
that was sad. I want to see that.
Yeah.
The new one? No, the old.
No, it's the
Jurassic-
original
classic Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, that's not it.
That's the final countdown.
Yeah.
Please do not attempt to cover even a cappella licensed music, or they will mute that portion of the stream.
I've
Yes.
seen that happen.
Oh,
Mhm.
we know
There
this.
she goes.
We know this.
She's on the move.
You gotta do the thing.
Oh,
You gotta do the thing.
she get in the box.
Does she know what is happening to her?
Yes.
That's a good bean. Okay. Just
What?
do that. All right. I hope you ordered the shrimp. Okay. Because you might get it in a moment. Okay.
Her shrimp is just off screen.
Oh, okay.
No shrimps.
Sorry for those who wanted more cat butt content. Like, you'll get it on this stream, I'm sure. Maybe one day when the boy decides he's no longer scared of everything, he'll grace our presence once more.
I think there's
for
too
those of
many
you-
things on the table. I too would not go near it.
Trust me, the table was not what he was scared
Judgy
of.
Jason.
Anyway. Okay. So. It is that most wonderful day of the week, Pancake Day.
Always Pancake Day.
1 month later.
Hey.
You either still live in the headquarters or have come into the mess for that particular August occasion, Ollie. And there is the customary slathering of butter and syrup, etc. Some people partake of exotic jam on their pancakes.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. Slapping various meats in betwixt pancakes to make a sweet and savory sandwich situation.
And butter. There's butter.
There must be butter.
Gotta do
Everyone
butter.
has a butter. Butter
Everyone
is good
has
for
a butter. Everyone has a butter.
Anything can be a butter if you try hard enough.
True story.
So, oh wow, you're getting that.
Oh.
She's in it
Okay.
to win it.
Wow.
Stop stealing the show.
We came for adventures, but instead we got bath time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
A
a
bath
toddler.
time
The more
Can be an
you,
adventure.
It's for goddamn sure.
The right spirit.
the more you give them attention, the more they'll want. Pretend she's not.
Have you not heard my cat wailing
Yeah, I have.
as I ignore her?
Okay. Okay, what are we doing now, Bella? Okay. All right.
Just gonna
So-
knock the camera over.
Thankfully, the camera is farther than the thing she keeps trying to step on, so that if she knocks that over, then there's going to be a whole lot going on. But anyway, so you're getting to the most sad part of the meal, the part where you can see the plate underneath. Even after several refills, and you're thinking, if I have more pancake, the pancake in me already may no longer want to stay there with the rest of the pancake I've put in there. So there is the cost benefit, difficulty you all must face at some point. And as you ponder, as you work those levels out in your mind and your belly, Atarik himself paces into the mess and taps each of you on the shoulder in turn, seemingly random out of the assembled crew members. You know this is his way of signaling to see him in his office after the meal. You're all getting detention, and this is the after-school
And-
detention episode. No. Don't worry, the beach episode is later. So, I imagine you all make that final difficult decision whether or not add more pancake.
Yeah.
And then
It's not a hard choice for some of us.
More pancake.
I was about to say, do any of you try and soldier more pancake in than really should go in? Holly,
Yeah.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
No.
Here's the thing. it's very good.
Too
Yeah,
much
sure.
pancake.
You can choose to fail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find some solution.
Ooh, sorry,
Uh,
guys.
Oh, that's a 13.
Some of you bear witness to Polythera's tenacity in the face of Pancake as she shoves another quad stack fork into her face hole,
Oh my gosh.
chomps down, chews, and tries to gulp it down. And you see that there is conflict in her, within, below. It's a terrible thing to see, and you've all been to war. There is a moment where the palms are flat on the table to either side of the plate. The silverware discarded. There may be sweating. I don't know what an awesomer looks like when they sweat, but it's entirely possible. Maybe she just turns a little more pink.
It's a beautiful shimmer.
Right?
Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice glitter.
like the heat
She
coming
turns
off of
into
a
a
hot
gentle disco ball.
And you almost detect a shudder travel through her being as you see that she has prevailed. Polly, are you going to try another forkful?
No, she's stupid. She's not that stupid.
Okay.
Are you doing all right there, Polly?
Mm-hmm.
That was good. I'm very impressed.
Wow.
Thank you, Rayldur. That means a lot coming for you.
Yep.
But you look so tiny. I don't know where you put it.
It's like
And my tum tum.
another
As
dimension.
the camera pans out, it looks like one of the pay by the plate sushi places, and there's just the stacks of plates next to her. It's a terror to behold. King Kong himself could climb up that sucker.
If you collect enough plates, they give you a prize.
And then pin a portrait of you on the wall for top
more
pancake
pancakes.
consumption.
Is that true?
I mean, I could do that for you.
Wow.
Sure, the old man will let me get away with it. It should be fine.
Oh boy, it's going to be the cafeteria episode. Okay, now
Go for it.
as you
How unusual.
bless your plates, Polly's tray reaching above her head, by another head. You guys make your way to Atarik's office, and within, you find Vesdruth is also there, leaning over a map spread across the large table that serves as Atarik's desk. The table desk contains a sand table and is partially open, revealing terrain laid out within. Vesdruth absentmindedly flips the map as he looks up, covering the exposed depths. Atarik also straightens and regards you all. Congratulations! You're going to earn your sea legs. Tomorrow morning, head to the docks and meet your contacts there.
No.
Where would I put them?
Oh god.
Sea
Okay.
legs?
We're going on a
I
boat.
only got room for the 2.
Look
I don't
for-
know about that.
You know,
Figure
just
feet.
like your legs. After
Are
you
they
go on a boat, 'cause
detachable?
you get all, no, just your own legs, but they'll be like sea-ready legs.
But I don't want to
When you
switch
get
up
to
my
the
legs.
docks, look
Same
for
things.
our banner there near the pier, and tell them you're the Marines we're sending along. Also, and then there is a knock at the door, and he looks up. He goes, "Could one of you grab that?"
I'll grab it.
Klesh does.
Klesh and Hazel open the door,
I let Klesh go.
and the two heads poke out of the door, one slightly lower than the other. And you notice a familiar face in the livery of the city of Gravis Port. Go ahead and make me just straight wisdom checks.
Everybody or just them?
Just the two who have opened the door. Well, how wide do you open the door?
I mean, I open it wide open.
Hazel, do you try and gate this swinging of the door, or are you like, hi, as well?
I'm kind of like, hi!
All right, then everyone in the room
on the team.
can make wisdom checks.
Oh,
21 for Klesh.
Can't wait to see how bad this fails.
Oh, not that bad considering I have a minus to my wisdom.
Oh my god, I actually rolled good.
I got a 15.
15.
I got a 19.
All of you
I'm smart
recognize
for once.
one of the guys who was following you last month.
Hey!
That's Gilmetha Teth.
The hair stalkers.
And he goes, is Mr.
I almost shot you.
He says, is Mr. Atarik in? I have a letter for him. It's most urgent. He can clearly see Atarik at the other end of the room, but you're obviously the reception.
Klesh closes the door most of the way and goes, I'm sorry, Mr. Atarik, are you here to see this man?
You probably wouldn't call him Mr. Atarik. You'd probably call him Commander, Colonel Atarik, something.
Okay. Colonel, are you here to see this man?
And he goes, no, but what's the letter?
Klesh puts his face out the door and says, I'm sorry, the Colonel isn't in at the moment, but I can happily deliver your letter for you.
He hands you a scroll with a seal on it that's also the seal of the city. And he says kind of loudly so that everyone in the room can hear, thank you. Please see that this gets to his hand as soon as possible right away. Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Click. Colonel, there's a message for you.
You hand him over.
Mm-hmm.
Or you hand over the letter, and Atarik just tears it open. And as he looks at it, he lets out a very colorful expletive involving dwarvish anatomy. And he just starts walking out, and he goes, Vesdruth, finish the briefing. Dalks is up my ass about something. Gotta go kiss his, which will be no mean feat considering his current location, and by then he's out the door.
That sounded important.
The invectives persist as he waves goodbye to you all down the hall. Vesdruth's grin is a bit more alien and cunning than usual as he regards you all.
Danger.
He sees the hand and doesn't acknowledge it. He says, not much else to brief. You heard the Colonel. Up at first light tomorrow and report to the docks before you have to swim out to the ship harbor. Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and,
Sir?
for continuity's sake later, Karvis and Bane have been here this entire time and are just being quiet.
Too much pancakes.
Ooh, that checks out.
And so do you all then see yourself out of the room, or do you try and press as group for questions?
I will ask a follow-up question, which is, should we...
Yes, Commander Rayldur.
Yeah, just a quick question there for tomorrow. Do we need to outfit ourselves in any particular way? Should we be expecting a fight? Is this more like a vacation Marines type of thing where we should just bring like some robes or something?
I see. Commander Rayldur, do you know the definition of a Marine?
I do. Yeah, it's something that has to do with water. Like it's a marine environment. Like it's a watery environment.
So there's a
It's like a
second
soldier.
definition, which is close to that, which means the soldiers on a ship who are intended to either fight on board or on land instead for the ship.
Got it. Okay. Understood. Not going to bring my robe. Hear that. Okay, thank
I
you.
mean, you can bring it for
You're welcome,
when you go to
Commander
bed.
Of course I'm going to bring it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. I'll walk out.
So was that a no on swimsuits or?
Yes. We'll talk about this later over more pancakes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know.
So you all see yourselves out. Polly, make a will save at the mention of more pancakes. Just turning this into
Oh, that's a nat 20.
you
You're okay.
you are not deterred by the mention of more pancakes.
No, nothing goes between Paul Theory and her love of pancakes.
You think even now you have room in your foot for more.
I do.
Nonetheless,
Good.
you guys see yourself out of Atarik's office, which Vesdruth has seemed to dominated suddenly. Of course, outside of his aura, you can talk amongst yourselves about bathing suits or what have you.
You already said that.
So we're bringing bathing suits, right?
Yeah, but just also make sure that, like pack the suit. Don't like wear it out.
Yeah, no. Wear the armor, pack the suit. It's
Right.
the best advice for any trip on the sea.
Yes, accurate.
I
So,
don't
yeah.
have a swimsuit.
Get you one? Do you want to go shopping?
The vast
Ollie-
water frightens me.
Oh,
Well,
Well, we can get you a lark floaty.
we can
Like
get
a little
you.
inner tube.
Yeah.
now
No,
it's
I
a
don't know
little.
what that is, but we could get you a couple pieces of wood that we can tie to you. That floats. Wood floats.
We could tie a duck to you. Ducks float.
Ducks float.
You know, we could like get you some ducks. Like you could have like we can make you a chariot with like some ducks, and then you could just go across the water. That's a great idea. You know, I saw the kids used to do it back at the home, like the gnome kids. They would like build like these duck chariot races. It was a Sunday.
Oh boy, Hazel.
That
What?
also sounds rather frightening.
We can go with the pieces of wood.
I think the wood, because you can drill through it and then you can just throw it out over you like with a strap, and then it'll just be on your back and it'll help you float.
With the ducks, it's kind of a lifetime commitment because now you've committed to taking care of these ducks.
Yeah, if the duck imprints on you, then there's no getting rid of it. Everyone knows this.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, this is not going to help you with your fear of vast water. It will just assist you should your fear of vast water start to come to fruition in a watery way.
If we start to sink and we go down, you could climb on my back. It'll be okay. I can keep us afloat. I'm a very good swimmer.
But odds are we're definitely not going to sink, probably, for sure.
Oh, no, not at all. It doesn't happen. It's never happened to me before.
Boats float.
Okay. I
Yeah.
will pack my gear.
You can, like, sit in my hood, you know? And then I'll draw you paddle. Be afloat.
Thank you, Hazel.
I'm not. I just like you can see Rayldur like just trying to do like size math, and he's like in the
Yeah.
hood. Gnomes are small.
Even Klesh was like, I'm not
Whatever.
that small.
I don't.
It's a very big hood.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Luminous.
This is a problem that we will never ever have to solve for. So I don't think we need to spend any more time considering it.
Oh, Rayldur,
Okay.
you almost asked me to jump cut
Seal.
to where the problem
Seal
starts.
the face.
Narrator.
is going
They
to
did
suck now.
experience it.
It's just gonna be a smash cut to like the last 20 minutes of the Titanic.
Like almost anytime he speaks, I want it to be that smash cut. Like it's pretty great.
Well, when you make your
Klesh
super
is hoarse from screaming, clutching to the top of Hazel's head, yelling, Rayldur, you said I wouldn't have to worry about this.
No, I said
though,
it totally
Lies.
probably wouldn't happen, most likely.
even
is
though
what
it's
I
a full gale, like water drench it, everything's on fire. Like there's no reason. Like it makes no sense. Anyway,
Oh, I doused everything in oil.
yeah, no, like absolutely, there's an excuse. Anyway, so you guys have the rest of that whole day to prep for disembarking the next morning.
What about Hopper?
If any of you wish to go shopping, feel free to peruse. You will have a few moments to spend silver and copper, etc., as we sort of get situated for the next leg of the adventure, which shouldn't require any additional gear initially.
Did we get any compensation for finishing this last task?
I was about to say, I'm not
I thought
sure.
you did.
I don't have any written down, but that doesn't
I
mean
literally
anything.
just watched the last episode last night. We did not.
Yeah, I would like
Because I
to.
don't think Holly
I'd like to
did
go
that.
talk to the purser about that.
I think we just got a hearty thing.
Yeah.
You're also employed,
Yeah.
so you
But,
have
well,
sort of a regular.
Well, that's a
income.
great. You just reminded me. Is it like
Sure.
payday or what's up with that?
It's been a month. Have we got paid? We've got ducks to feed.
Yeah, when do I get my allowance?
We've got ducks to buy to tape to fucking duct tape to Klesh.
No, you're kind to the ducks. You make a little harness and you.
That's what you get. No, that's what you get for
Gonna
harassing me about gold
cry.
at the start of. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Player Lisa has some issues with the foul language. Oh, I can't stop. All right.
Oh,
So funny.
I didn't
Please,
like it.
please just smash cut something, anything.
I'd rather have the water and fire.
That's our money.
I'd rather be drowning.
For enduring that situation.
Gosh.
Yes, let's say that you have accomplished 5 gold in / funny money over your normal income and expenses. I will consider a bonus for completion of a delivery quest.
All right. Cool.
But yes.
Because
I thought some of you had at least that much money to start with.
I have
5
now.
gold?
Now I have 25 gold and 8 silvers.
See,
Oh, well, Klesh is apparently rolling in some cash, so
Mhm.
I don't spend a lot. I just, I need
Yeah.
the occasional pat of butter.
Yeah.
I'm
is any-
a pretty solitary character.
Polly, can you take Klesh to get a swimsuit,
Yeah,
like a shopping trip?
yeah.
Okay.
It'll come in handy probably, and it's good to just have. You keep it in your go away bag just in case you stay at like an inn that has an outdoor puddle.
I love that mental
Okay.
image.
Like the
Rooms.
pit outside of Gankit.
Yeah.
Rooms, board, puddle.
Puddle side view.
Well, I figured like an outdoor pool would be decadent for the places that we're sleeping, but maybe there's like
I
a large
mean-
pool or something that they fill
Oh,
with water.
guys.
The swimming hole.
Small.
Yeah, swimming posts.
There's many swimming holes where I grew up.
I mean, I've seen small lakes before, but nothing I couldn't see the other side of land on. So the ocean is... You can't see across it.
That's true.
You can if you wait long enough.
That's very true. But I think that's important for anything, really. If you wait long enough, you'll see its end.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually,
Everything has to end.
it'll finish. Just like you.
Okay. Well, Klesh surrenders themselves to Polly for a shopping trip.
Gonna get you the cutest swimsuit. It's gonna be so cute.
I'm guessing light colors and stripes.
Ruffles.
I was gonna say Klesh is gonna end up in one of those like Victorian,
Yes.
like full body
Yes.
sleeves, pants,
shorts.
black
With
and
the
white
little
stripes.
sailor cap.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Little sailor collar, little cap.
Yeah.
well, what
because-
color are these stripes then?
Well, as Klesh is all different shades of like jade green, maybe a black and white or a blue
Like
would
navy.
clash, I feel.
No.
But
Blue and
like,
green look good together.
Yeah, yellow.
what about like black and cream?
Well, I was
Okay, that'd
thinking
be very
white or
classy.
something because it always kind of has to be white.
Well, the idea if it's a sailor outfit, you kind of need to stick with those kind of like sailor colors.
That's why I'm saying
And if we're,
navy.
and if
but-
we're yeah, the navy. It'll go
Well-
well with Klesh's hair.
A little flap at the back, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
Little sailor collar.
It's got an anchor
Yeah.
embroidered into it.
I love every part of it. This is great.
You sit kind of jaunty.
Good luck.
It does sit a little forward because of the ears. It's
Get your
adorable.
sweet little buckle shoes to go with it.
Are you also going to buy a piece of wood?
No, Klesh doesn't buy those shoes, but Polly does anyway because it's like they need to match.
It completes the look.
But these don't look like they should go in the water. Isn't the point of this suit to go into the water?
They're water resistant.
I love how you dress Klesh up like your little doll. I won't always be this small.
We have like a mommy and me ensemble going.
Yes.
We're just both in cute little nautical outfits now. This is what we
So-
come back in.
Polly will probably not notice this at all, but Klesh may. That a typical like small clothes style bathing attire is like
Uh-huh.
3 copper, but this situation, 5 silver for the whole bag.
Okay.
You can split it up. Like the shoes themselves are 2 of the 5.
Okay.
you know.
Well,
Because I got you the list.
well, since I'm not buying the shoes. Klesh is dubious about the shoes.
Holly has no concept of money. She'll do it.
Okay.
Polly, so you're getting a matching outfit as well. All right. Well, since you're a full size humanoid, that's a 10 silver because there's like a whole light tax instead of a pink tax, I guess, in this one. Is that?
Less
Cute
fabric,
tax.
Yeah.
more
yeah,
frill.
no. Yeah,
Ruffle
less
tax.
fabric doesn't. Yeah, a ruffle tax. There we go.
It's very roughly.
Do you
And in
make
this case-
Klesh wear it home?
Yeah, we wear our matching outfits back together.
Okay.
Holding hands.
Oh wow, you're wearing it. You're wearing it out.
Wow.
We look very darling.
That you absolutely get all the attention.
And Polly's
Klesh
like
looks
swinging your
pleased.
hand that she's holding, and she's like, "We're just having the nicest day out."
Klesh is pleased that Polly is happy.
Polly's
And we
so
should get our
happy.
We should get our portraits painted so I can send it back to my mom and dad.
Oh,
They'd be so
okay.
excited.
Oh, that's a new voice.
Oh my god!
Polly?
Don't worry about it.
Is everything okay?
It's the cutest.
Sometimes the demon comes out to play.
Only when cute aggression happens.
Right.
It's so pretty and I love it.
Hazel, were you party to this situation? Were you an accessory?
If he was, I'd have noticed him.
He like he traveled along because he wanted to see it happen, and they literally paid no
happened.
attention. But
Oh.
he watched it. He was just like, I'm part of this. I'm part of this conversation. I'm part of what's happening. And maybe
So Polly wouldn't have noticed Hazel in the situation?
That's a hard call.
Yeah.
Roll for it.
What do I roll for that?
Oh, I don't know.
Perception?
Sense motive? No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I guess, perception.
Trying to challenge. No, I don't feel perception. I'm trying to channel whatever anime trope that character is. Let's see. You know what? Make me a charisma check. A charisma saving throw. Because no one ever makes charisma saving throws.
I was sure to make that. Oh, what is my charisma? Will it save me? It will not. Yeah, that's 4.
No. You are too laser focused on the Klesh situation that Hazel doesn't exist at that entire day.
Sailor outfit.
Hazel, even if you try and talk to Polly, it probably, you may get a but other than that, it's obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's really good that Hazel came along because they left their clothes behind when they left wearing their outfits they purchased. So Hazel falls behind with their personal belongings.
Polly's distracted. She's really focused on getting a comically large lollipop of her Klesh now.
Briefly maybe saw Klesh go back and kind of reach out an arm to be like, my stuff.
Just mouthing, I'm so sorry to Klesh.
Hazel brings it back.
Polly,
Now,
make another
honest,
charisma saving throw.
In Klesh fashion, Klesh would be all too happy to do something that makes someone else happy.
Oh, it's a 16.
So
that's better.
There is no resisting. There's no oh no, you're gonna put me in that. Klesh is just of course I'll wear that. That's what you think I look good in? I will look great. So let's be honest.
You resist the urge to, you have the ability to resist the urge to buy the giant lollipop.
I'm glad I skipped this trip. So confused about all the shops.
So, Polly, you make that call if you like.
I buy it.
No self-control.
I buy it.
That is a 5 copper extravagance.
Yeah, that's coming home with me.
And it's for yourself, not Klesh.
No, it's for Klesh. It looks so sweet with them.
But I'll carry it. Yeah. Klesh carries it as if carrying a sword over their shoulder.
Oh yeah.
And just proudly struts about with this
you're so precious.
Giant lollipop with a big satin bow.
You need to take your arm shoulder. You need to take your arm out of the sleeve and have it hang out of the V-neck and just Orin it,
No, that's too cool for Klesh.
I don't think so, but okay.
Well, right now Polly wants Klesh to look cute, so that's too cool for Klesh right now.
I just meant the sailor outfit would make it not cool at all.
Oh, that's true.
But anyway, so that happens.
Great.
Real, this was your idea.
I'm glad.
This is your fault.
I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait to see what you have bought. Oh wait, you're wearing it right now. I wasn't expecting that, but you guys did great. I applaud you, and we're gonna have to size Klesh up for the wooden plank thing to save her life later. It's great. I love it.
Thank you, everyone. You're so kind.
Here's your stuff.
How long were you there?
The whole time.
Yeah, I left with you originally.
No.
Oh, Hazel's been following us from the beginning. was very nice of him to hold my things.
Long enough for the fitting, long enough for the demasculation, long enough for...
Polly, are you not good at observing things?
She has really good eyes for like the pew.
Yeah. That's why I'm so confused, I think.
Like a bird that sees things real good.
But only if it's directly looking at them. Okay.
Like a T-Rex, which is also a type of bird. Look it up. Science.
What was the name of the bird from Finding Dory? Uru?
It wasn't Yago.
No.
Becky.
Uru. Becky.
Becky, yeah.
It's just the one-eyed Becky.
Becky, focus! Focus!
Oh, yo. Elisa, you gotta make her watch Finding Dory after this.
I'll make her watch Finding Dory. It's a good movie.
We don't own it.
You don't own it.
It's on Hulu Plus, isn't it?
It's
Plus.
also
Disney
on
Plus?
Disney Plus.
That's what I meant. Anyway.
Which you do own. We know you do.
No, yeah.
Hank is my heart.
Got
I
it.
don't know what that means.
It's the
Oh,
I
octopus.
understand.
And also, haven't you ever asked about my shirt, Finding Gerald? Like, it's
Yeah,
the
I
best
have.
shirt. Okay,
And you
well,
didn't
now
answer me.
That's the reference
I might not have
from
answered
Finding
you,
Dory.
so you need to see that movie to see what. Anyway,
You told me it was a sick reference and never said anything else.
That sounds right.
That sounds like Tony.
And then you went,
thank you for
I'm back
coming
to
to
typing.
You Just Chat, Dory. This concludes this episode.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk
That's right.
on Dory.
If you want to buy anything else before you set sail, do so now as I knock you all unconscious with DM magic, and then make Will. Wait, no. Haha, there's no Will because it's the old edition. Because I'm a grognard who still runs off Pathfinder in third.
Every time.
Hold on. Yeah, I know. I'm the worst. It's okay.
Spent
Constitution
so many
saving.
years playing it.
Constitution saving throws for all of you.
Oh,
12.
12.
21.
Ooh.
Bell the ball.
Hazel, you are up with efficiency.
Ready.
Prepared. Out. You were on the dock with the fishmongers.
You know what? This is my roots though. I was on the ship with what's his name? The old man. I don't remember his name. So like I know this stuff. Ready.
Real important to you, was he?
Attribution. Yeah.
This man just
Wasn't
saying you
I?
can't remember. Very important to you.
Were we on a ship? We were on a ship. You told me we were on a ship.
Did you sing
I
shanties?
don't remember. I don't remember it being like an ocean ship. There was
Oh,
definitely
it was
some
a sky
ships.
ship.
No,
No.
not sky ship.
What other ships are there?
There's
A friendship?
there are many
Oh.
barges and smaller ships that travel up and down the Shield, which is the big ass river, which you guys
Okay.
definitely would have gone across several times as members of the crew.
So river
Southern
ship.
boats that go down the rivers of America.
But
Of
you
course.
did, yes. But you did grow up in an area with an aquatic sort of culture because of the cross
Contamination.
cross landing, something cross, high cross.
I grew up in Clear Cross.
There we go, clear cross. Because the cross where the waters meet is clear. Ha ha ha. I'm so clever. Rayldur also maybe as well living near an inland sea / large lake.
Yeah. You're Stormhoff.
So yeah.
Boats are
Meanwhile,
great. I would like to buy it if we are. I would like before we bedded down for the night. I would like to have procured an extra week's worth of rations just in case. That's it.
cool. Yeah. Go ahead and mark off the silver that would cost out of your resource that you're using,
Yeah, I probably
Whether
should have
it
done that too.
a PDF or a physical book or D&D Beyond. Um,
I'm a user of D&D Beyond.
if you purchase mundane items, I trust you to admin that on your own.
You got it.
Those of you with closer to a 15, you're up on time. You're able to get out and down to the docks before the morning dawn really hits. Polly, you are pulling a first day of school with the toast hanging out of your mouth and your jacket half on as you dash across the bridges and streets of Gravisport to try and make sure that you don't have to swim after the ship in order to get on it.
I'll do it once.
Hazel, you have found a beautiful tall ship with the Atarik livery embroidered on the sails. Like, it's gorgeous, beautiful black wood, shined to a high gloss by its various deckhands. Aft, though, that aft castle, just side to side.
It's a beautiful ship.
And Rayldur and Klesh troop up behind you and are like, that sure is a ship. Wow.
Wow.
And in the distance, you hear the rattle, clack, and footfall of Polly hustling through the dock to locate you all.
Klesh takes a moment to tearfully say goodbye to Hopper, and that he'll be in good hands.
Oh, I'm guessing you do that at the headquarters before you
go to the boat
for the dock. Yeah, I'm like, don't just leave the horse on the dock.
You won't know what to do.
So yeah, so you had enough time to do that in the morning, and then you probably show up just a little before Polly. And then there is Polly in all of her bed-headed glory as you consider this glorious piece of craftsmanship. So no pun intended. That time.
It was great. This boat.
Do you walk up the dock? Do you walk up its dock and try to get up? Try to be like, yo, we're the Marines, let's do this?
I will.
Beep, beep, we the sheep. Sorry.
So there's people bustling around. There's still a gangplank down from the ship to the dock. And there's a guy that you recognize as familiar. He's part of the crew, although you may not have had direct contact with him before. And he's got a jaunty cap with a feather that sort of droops. And he's got a sheaf that he's checking off as a few last boxes are being carried on board.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself and say that the Marines have arrived.
And he looks up and he goes, what? Yeah, they're already on board.
No.
We are also Marines, and we are here to report for duty.
Exactly.
Also as well.
You're the Marines who were supposed to go to Targe with us to start the trading envoy?
Apparently.
If this is the right boat, and I look at Klesh.
Probably just seeing your toes.
Oh.
Just immediate panic. Like, I don't know. I've never been on a ship.
His quill, he sort of indicates with his quill, like through the ship, down the dock. He goes, check the next pier. You're probably with them.
Oh.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
I'll just turn on my heel and walk back towards the other side of the pier.
Klesh hustles to catch up to Raldur's stride and goes, did Vesdruth give us a paper? or a scroll or something that had our
Perception checks as you reach the edge of this pier. Like
Sure
the,
didn't.
the edge of the pier to get back on the
nat
dock.
20.
Oh, that's not as bad as
I got about half of that.
That's a 3.
15.
10.
Not as dumb as I could be.
All right, so yes, Polly and Hazel, because Hazel got the 10, right?
No.
I got a 3. Hazel got a 3.
What did Polly get?
15.
Okay.
10.
Hazel is like, but the ship though, Rayldur and Polly are like, oh, it's probably that one where that banner is, and Klesh absolutely, as the words fall out of their face, looks over and recognizes this other ship. They have heard of this other ship. I love you. No. Called the Passing Wind, as well as recognizing the banner at the front, at the edge of the dock, and the right in front of everyone. Great. Okay. I will just look at you all on this little bitty screen. It will be better. It'll be fine. And yes, there in fact is a second ship, which you might call it a ship by virtue of it being afloat, probably, at the dock with the other ships. It looks like several large casks that have been bound together with iron bindings and many, many, many hatches much too close to the waterline.
Rayldur,
Yeah.
I know that's our ship, but can you please tell me it's not?
That is absolutely not our ship.
Let's
I
go.
walked towards the ship.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
there's a smaller banner at the start of that pier with the Atarik's crew livery and a woman next to it, as wide as she is tall, and she tall.
Oh,
Bopping her
She's
hip to a tune only she can hear, looking out at the bustle
Where?
of the wharf around her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Vesdruth
Oh.
sent us.
You recognize Bertha Beestinger.
I already recognized her before you said it.
I'm delighted.
She goes, Klesh, baby,
Ugh.
it's you.
For
Are
the
you
first
Marines?
time ever, Klesh does not look happy to be here.
Is this a friend of yours?
Yes, and we are the Marines that Vesdruth sent.
Yeah.
Well, let's board that boat and get to it.
I love her.
I hate it so much.
I'd like to learn more about this lady, Klesh, once we get a chance to put down our stuff.
Okay.
She calls over her shoulder, oh, baby, we can get to know each other much better. We're going to be bunkmates.
Hazel will give a little bow.
You and Klesh, yeah?
Oh, all of us. There ain't much room in that hole.
Oh. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're going to be real cozy.
Right. Okay. Well, I will walk myself up the plank and down into the hold, I guess.
Go down into the water.
I'm trying to find a nice bunk.
So you notice that as you get on board, there's a ton of gnomes.
Oh.
Hazel, you almost feel at home.
Very, very homey. Do I recognize any of them?
Very gnomey.
It's very gnomey.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Stop it, both of you. Go to jail.
There's no place like it.
And there are 3 main decks. The top deck, there's a secondary deck where the living quarters and mess and hold are as part of a compartment. And then below that are the benches, and the benches are at the edges of the portholes that long oars get extended out into in order to be propelled, as there are 3 very small sails on the top of the ship.
How does it go?
With our power.
Oh.
So
you can see Raildur's dreams of using his swimsuit just dissipating on his face. So sad.
I'm not built for manual labor.
Maybe when we get there.
That's the spirit. Maybe when we get there.
So as you're claiming your hammocks in the common area, you see that there are a few other bunks that have more humanoid-sized gear. Bertha seems to gravitate towards a few of those, and she goes, "Once you're all settled in, you can meet Captain Benny." What did I name him?
Bollington.
Apple
Benny
bottom.
Botterton. Benny Bennington. Benny Benassi.
Benny Benning of the Chesterfield Bennings.
Benny Bobberdip.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Okay.
Benny Bobberdip.
Captain.
Captain?
He's the captain of the ship.
Captain?
Yes. Oh shit. Yeah. Nope. Hit that one.
The apparatus that you find yourselves on that is currently not at the bottom of the bay. And true to her word, after you guys are sort of flopped down your gear, you guys are brought back on deck, and you're pretty sure you know who it is by the size of the feather in the glorious dashing cap of this mustachioed gnome. Those handlebars go almost as wide as the feather. It is quite glorious.
It's a good look.
Glorious,
And
glorious.
all right, good moves there, Bella. Nope.
Oh boy.
Yep. Bye.
And she got the stream.
Almost. She tried. She tried it.
She knows how.
Went through it.
He spins around right at Rayldur and goes, "My, you're a tall one.
I am.
Welcome aboard."
Thank you, Captain.
That's me, Captain Benny Bobberdip.
Overdip. Yep, got it. Okay. Well, I am Crew Commander Rayldur. I am here with my Marines. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Superb. We will get underway shortly with the tide, even though we don't need it. And once done, your associates, our auxiliary crew, will begin the team building exercises.
Excuse me?
What?
Oh no.
From behind you, you hear the click of boots as a young tiefling gentleman with horns that sweep back like slicked hair, wearing a whip at his hip. He goes, "Yes, I'm sorry, old man Atarik didn't tell you guys, but part of the itinerary is some activities. Don't worry, nothing too stressful, as part of team building to get us all oriented on the ship."
I don't know what you're saying, but I'm not happy about it. But I'm glad that we're on our way. Thank you.
He goes, Bertha, honey, did you tell him about me? And she goes, no, I know you can introduce yourself. He looks over and he grabs Polly by the hand and does a low bow and kisses it and says, Sly, Divine, have we met before in a dream?
What?
Uh-oh.
He looks over at Hazel and winks at Hazel.
Hazel wink back.
Yes.
There you go.
Klesh is trying to hide behind Rayldur.
He goes, well, now that I've introduced myself, who are all of you?
Crew Commander Rayldur.
Rayldur, nice.
Yeah, it's a pleasure or whatever. Don't be creepy.
A disembodied voice behind Rayldur says, Corporal Klesh.
Hello, Klesh, he says to the air.
Hazel will put out a hand and being like, Crew Lieutenant Hazel Harryweather, nerd. Hi, nice to meet you.
Takes your hand, but he does the thing where he grabs the arm and like brings you in and puts the hand on the shoulder. He's like, Hazel, that's a lovely name.
Thank you. I quite like it myself. That's a weird thing to say. I like it. It's okay. I'll stand by it.
I like my name too. Don't worry about it.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
Thank you.
It's like I feel like you should be like a famous bard with that kind of name.
Well, that's the idea. But you know, gotta pay the bills first. And he slides next to you, keeping his hand like at your back, like your best chums, right? And he goes, and he gestures towards Polly. He goes, Miss, I didn't get your name.
Polly?
Polly. Adorable. And he goes, well, I'm going to go prep the activity I will be leading. I will leave you to the good captain and the good Bertha. See you later. And he finger guns away to another part of the ship.
Finger guns away!
His tail may or may not have been a third finger gun.
I'm gonna hate that guy.
Polly's just gonna like mournfully watch him leave.
Wow.
Feels pretty over the top. What do you say?
Yeah.
Pretty showmanship.
Hey.
Huh?
We gotta go unpack now. And then get ready for team building.
You feel Bertha near you, Polly, and you hear it be like that sometimes. Don't let him get to you.
I just like put my hand on her shoulder.
She pats it gently. Although, you know, if you wanted to get to you, I'm sure he'll be obliged.
What?
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 What? What?
What?
I have to be somewhere. Excuse me. And Shona just walks up.
Why?
I have to be somewhere.
As you guys walk back towards the lower deck, you see a short, bald gentleman, shirtless, with sort of high breeches, no shoes, but he does wear like a rope cord, and he's fit. You know, you're not like, he doesn't exude the same energy that Sly does, but he's a pretty tall glass of water. And the tattoos, the light blue ink on his body, all sort of like tribal but swirly with sort of a
Swirly tribe.
sort of a definitely a symmetrical aesthetic, sort of accentuate his build. And as he sees you, he puts his hands together and gives like sort of a head nod and bow, and he goes, "Welcome. I imagine you're all the Marines."
That's correct.
We are the Marines. We are now the Marines.
We are currently Marines.
I am Tenor. I am part of the auxiliary crew. I'll be leading one of your activities later. Please do. Make yourselves comfortable, and I'm sure one of us will be down or will wrangle you up for when the activities start.
What kind of activities? Like capture the flag, or
He sort of claps his hands. He goes, not capture the flag specifically, but a variety of activities intended for the group to find common bonds and exercise certain skills to sort of coalesce that bond further.
Great. That sounds awful. Let's get started.
As soon as we're underway.
Can't wait.
I'm sorry, my name's Tenor. Who might you all be?
Crew Commander Rayldur. And this is the crew. Introduce
Hello.
yourselves, crew.
You're the crew.
hello, Crew Lieutenant Hazel Perryweather, nerd. Pleased to meet you.
Corporal Klesh.
Polly.
And that's Polly.
That's just Polly.
You have a title, Polly, don't you?
What was that?
You probably have a title.
Polly.
Polly's also
Sharpshooter.
a corporal like me.
That's the one.
I'm the one with the stripey. With the it's the complete one.
And that's Sergeant Karvis with Bane.
Thank you. Move.
Bane ranks us all, I'm sure.
You know what? I was hoping that she might change her mind and show up again, but no. As of right now, Karvis has not been present thus far. I have another way to introduce her later. Don't worry.
Okay.
So Tenor goes, I'm guessing you've met Sly and Bertha already. Have you met Bonk?
No.
No.
Bonk's the fourth member of the auxiliary crew, and he sort of sticks his head down and he goes, Bonk! Top deck! Like, uncharacteristically abrupt from the sort of like chill granola vibe you've been giving off. And once more he's back. He goes, Bonk should be up in a moment. I'll make his introduction. And almost at the end of duction, a gnome in full plate clatters up the steps and clanks to a stop. And he goes, "Sup, Tenor?" And he goes, "Oh, hey, you're the Marines."
Yep.
Hello.
Bonk Farthrow. That's my name. That's Bonk is first name. Farthrow is family name because of how far they could throw. Gnomish naming conventions, similar to dwarfs.
Yeah.
Tenor, who are these people and are they cool? And Tenor goes, calm down, Bonk. This is Commander Rayldur. That is Klesh. That is Hazel. And that is Polly. This is Bonk. Bonk can be a little intense. He means well. What do you mean I mean well? I say what I mean. You see what I mean?
And what you mean as well.
Right. I like you.
You get your meaning?
I don't understand anything that's happening.
Oh boy.
All right. I'll see you for the training.
I'm like, Rayldur
Hydrate.
probably, why does Vesdruth hate us?
He says hydrate and just
Sure.
turns back around and clatters down the steps again.
I
Very
don't-
That is
aggressive.
good advice.
You're a little worried that he may have just opted to fall down the stairs with how much noise the metal is making.
Ooh.
Oh,
Make sure
okay.
he's not dead.
And Tenor goes, he screams when there's pain. So,
Oh.
however he got down there, he's not upset by it.
Or he's dead.
Respectable.
Okay.
Great.
At almost on cue, shouting starts happening throughout the ship, and there's like 3 gnomes who aren't the captain who like unfurl the like 3 dinky sails on top, and the captain moves to what is effectively like an apple crate at the back of this, what you imagine is the back from how you would imagine it's oriented and where the sails are pointed. But in front of this apple crate, there's a large, like, dashboard of cranks and levers and wheels and a big pipe that looks like the end of a blunderbuss that sort of faces right at his face. And he shouts into the blunderbuss barrel, prepare to be underway. Prepare to be underway. Number 1, you have the helm. And he sort of like stands back and puts his fists on his hips as you hear a thrum of drumming come from underneath the bowels of the ship. And you see the various ports open up and large paddles thwap into the water as they begin to lap at the waves, and there's sort of a lurch as the ship pushes itself laboriously, like a seal coming off of a rock, into the bay. You hear the sudden sound of hurling from the other side of the captain as you hear him shout, "Weren't ready for that, huh, pilot?" And you see a man in the town livery off the rails, and he goes, I'm fine. Usually the sails give you a warning. This is different. This is weird." And he goes, "Just good luck." And the captain goes, "Thank you, pilot. We appreciate your service. We'll see you when we regain harbor." Aye, Captain. And you see him scramble off of a rope ladder off the other side. And should you care to look off that side of the ship, you'll see that there's a small rowboat sort of dangling from the edge with someone else in it with some paddles.
Depends.
And-
Is that the side the hurling was happening on?
What was that?
I said that depends. Is that the side the hurling was happening on?
Yeah.
I do not care to look over this side.
Yeah. Well, it's him. It was him, so he's done now. But even then, yeah, not looking off that
There
side.
might
is a
be
good idea.
remnants.
And the captain sort of saunters over to the rope ladder, looks down, and as soon as you can see the small boat paddling its way back towards the pier, the captain sort of kicks the rope ladder off of the deck, and he goes, "Ha! The sea, ready to be conquered! Ha ha!" And sort of goes back to his post with his fists at his hip.
Klesh is trying to appear smaller than they are.
So,
Yeah.
the faster the wind,
Boats.
the breaking wind makes its way to the outlet of the bay that feeds, or that is fed by the shield that moves under Gravisport. And at about that time, Oh crap! Hold on. I forgot the thing. I forgot the thing.
Oh no.
I forgot the thing.
The thing? The thing?
The thing?
We
The
want it.
thing.
We want
All right. So we're going to start at a different spot then to give me time to think. Cool. So all of you hear the klaxon of Bonk begin to assemble you.
It's again.
Clackety, clackety, clackety. He's going to attack it.
No.
And he sort of, somehow he finds whoever it is that's farthest away from his endpoint and herds you all, like gathers you all in turn from the top deck down, almost as if you're being marched somewhere. And he goes, "The first team building exercise is that of endurance."
Okay.
And he moves you all down into the depths of the ship to the benches. And he points at each of you and numbers off a bench where there's a empty spot. And you notice as you take your place on the bench that they're not normal ore benches. Each of them has a set of pedals and a set of handlebars that have a system of gears and ropes that feed down a line to another apparatus at the end that terminates at the hull. There is a rhythmic thud 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 from the bow of the whole of this section of the hold, where a young gnome is keeping a steady rap on a large timpani drum. Do each of you? Yes.
I was just gonna say, I think this team building exercise is just making us
Work.
work.
Yeah. I just like sit down and grab an oar.
Yeah,
I
Klesh
have little wrists.
accepts their fate and takes their seat.
Yeah, Hazel does the same.
So, Rayldur, make me a dex check.
Because you long.
Hazel and Polly, you have a little difficulty, but can manage. And Polly, as you mutter about having small wrists, the gnome next to you goes, "Me too."
I give
As
what Bill's
there-
bad man look.
There are, each of these benches have 5 seats, and so there are 4 other gnomes at each bench with you.
11.
Yeah, Rayldur, it's like Shaq in a Volkswagen Bug. It's not, it happens, but no one's happy about it.
I look over and I'm like, maybe I could be exempt. I don't think I fit real good here.
There's a gnome next to you that chuckles. "You can reach the pedals, you can row."
You
I
can
don't
dodge
like it
wrench.
here.
Fine.
Did we
You
do
hear
something bad?
you hear you hear the rattle of Bonk come up next to you, Polly, and he goes, "Polly, right?
Yeah.
Polly, do you care about your team?
Yeah.
Do you think for your team you can just try?"
Just try.
You're kind of mean.
What was that?
You're kind of mean.
He goes, "I'm sorry, sometimes I come off that way. I do mean it, though." Or, did you mean that asking you to try for your team was mean?
Asking me if I was capable of trying was a little mean.
I meant, can you try for your team?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do.
You usually do things I don't want.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
You know what, Polly? It's terrifying because your mother has said that exact line.
Yes. Yes, she has.
And she has a very similar armor. Like, it's disturbing.
Do you know my mom?
Is this your mom?
He goes,
With your mom.
do you
Is
say
this
that?
Molly's mom?
Do you say that to Bonk?
He's not my mom. I do ask him if he knows my mom.
He goes, I know a lot of moms. Sorry, that might have come out wrong.
She does kind of go back a little.
Oh dear.
He goes, who was your mom?
Corporal Raw's alive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's terrifying.
Yeah, that's what I meant too. Like,
Well, that explains a lot.
yeah, I got this armor from the same smith who made hers.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Nice. Okay, get paddling. Good job. You only have a little while to go. Okay.
No. This is my.
If that's your mom, you can pedal.
And as you start,
Paddling.
you see him sort of start to like click his gauntlets on the chest plate in time. And he's like, right, this rhythm, good. There you go. Just get in pace and maintain that. Nice. Good job. Stay steady.
Pedals their poor little feet.
So, the rest of you, all of you actually, make me.
Is this athletics?
Yes, make me an athletics check.
Alright.
16.
Ooh.
A dirty 20.
24 for Hazel.
Nice.
Damn.
6. Very
Nice.
athletic.
Also nice. Rayldur, how would we do?
16.
All right. So the three of you above 10 managed to like find the rhythm with the other gnomes on your bench, and you're like, all right, this isn't too bad. Like, it sucks, but I can get a rhythm and get in a zen. You know, it's cool. Polly, you hear the clackety clack come back as you're like, it's like when your bike pedals go too fast for you and you can't catch up, but it's at hands and feet.
Yeah.
And you hear the clack stop next to you. He goes, Polly, are you okay?
I don't think so.
I don't like working.
He looks around like he's about to get in trouble and leans in real close. This is the same lean your mother has done when she's about to scold you. It is
Oh, I know, and I'm
uncanny.
instantly afraid.
Yeah. And he goes, Polly,
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you. I think you can
That's
do this.
worse.
Oh no, she's gonna be disappointed.
He goes,
Worse.
we're not defined by who our parents are, but by the choices we make. And he sort of leans over, and he sort of like head nods over at the rest of the bench, and they all sort of like slow down just a little bit as he gives the nod, and he looks over and he's like, "Get in there, slugger."
Oh my god, he's supportive.
Roll again, and add a D10.
Oh.
Get in there, slugger.
If anyone cares to, they can make an Arcana check. Hazel gets
That's
advantage.
a 20.
17.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20, but it's a 20.
Oh,
On your
20.
athletics, Polly.
With the added D10, yeah.
All right. Yeah. You shadow box the pedals with your feet up too. It's really dumb looking, but you're like, all right. And then you connect, and you're like, oh, it does most of the work for you. All right. And then the gnomes pick back up pace a little bit, and you're like, okay, cool, just a little pressure on the upswing. Hell yeah. All right. I got this. And then if you got above a 10 on your Arcana check, she's just been inspired.
Yay!
I was gonna say, it's
I
not
figured.
Nice.
Nice.
Rayldur looks very cramped and unhappy.
And much to all of your chagrin, just as you all find that rhythm, the pace increases as you hear from a booming, tinny voice from the sky. Ramming speed. Suddenly, you didn't think it could get louder as the gears and chains and ropes clack and slap harder and faster. Everyone make another athletics check.
That's 19.
12.
17.
I may be small, but I am nimble.
Hazel, you lose grip once or twice on one hand or another, and it takes you a couple slaps to get back in, but you manage to maintain, and it's serious now. Like,
Getting a little too cocky.
like suddenly the gnomes around you are like singing like this weird gnomish dirge in tune with the frantic pace of the drumming. It's kind of terrifying. And you're starting to like break a sweat. It's not great. It's a bad time. You see Bonk out of the corner of your eye like stomping his foot in time. It's almost so fast you can't see the foot hit. It's just a blur. All of you make strength saving throws.
$17.
12.
15.
Oh, I'm sorry. A strength saving throw. 19.
16
All right.
for Rayldur.
So as your sets of pedals fly furiously, your own limbs one with the machine, you are winded, sweaty, out of breath. You think, gods, when will this end? And you hear, that'll be good, number one, thank you, from the sky. And you hear the pace slow down as the dirge finishes out amongst the benches. And after a moment or two, Bonk comes over and he goes, "You've done well. Please meet me at the back," as each of you in turn, as he marches down to the stern of this sub-hold.
Ramming speed.
And as each of you huffs,
Klesh feels oddly exhilarated.
right?
All right, that was okay. I had a good time.
As you each huff and slump towards the stairs at the back, he's there 2 steps up so that he can maintain eye contact with most of you. And he goes, "For a soldier, it is obvious that you will be made to endure. But now you have endured together once more in a common task. That makes you stronger." And he holds out a small leather disc with the Atarik symbol on it, and off of it is a leather cord that sort of dangles. And he goes, "With this, I grant you the bead of stamina, the black bead." And he hands one into each of your palm along with the cord. and out from underneath his breastplate, he pulls one of his own that has a small collection of multicolored beads, and you see that each one's been slipped onto the cord and then tied off at the end so they don't fall off.
Well, Klesh beads his cord, their cord.
He steps to the side of the stairs. He says, "Hydrate, catch your breath, and meet Sly upstairs on the top deck for your next exercise."
And who gave us these? Sorry?
Bonk.
Bonk.
Sorry, he doesn't have as much of the pitch as the captain. So do you try and stop and do anything else before heading to the next station with Sly?
Well, we hydrate.
Polly's already upstairs.
It's very important.
With renewed vigor?
Yeah,
Klesh has.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll say Klesh has lost their sudden vigor and is back to trying to blend into behind Rayldur.
Yeah, Raylder's drinking a lot of water and is generally looking annoyed at this whole situation. Marines are supposed to fight. They're not supposed to not fight. This is very confusing.
Says the man who learned the definition of Marine yesterday. So,
yeah, water.
So, as you come up on top of the top deck, you see that there is a definite change in tone on the top of the ship. It's like flying. The wind is whipping. There's just beautiful blue water as far as the eye can see. The captain's feather has attained full flight from behind his brim. And matching the wind whip of that feather is Sly's tail over at the far end near the bow of the ship. There are several posts that have been planted in various slots of the deck. You notice that there are a bunch of metal ingots that seem to slat at various points around the ship. And these posts match up with that. Along these posts, there are 4 different ropes set up, 5 rather, and the 5th one Sly stands next to with a few different pieces of rope tied off and knotted from that cross rope. As you guys approach, he goes, "Nothing like an invigorating ramming speed, huh?"
No.
I need an adult.
Agreed. Terrible. I hate it down there.
Was actually kind of nice.
I mean, it was a pretty decent workout. It's
good.
Listening. Looks terrible.
Shut up and stop being handsome.
Ooh.
You hear Sly mutter under the wind, as long as it's only him. And he goes, "Well, great. If we get attacked and some of the rowers get taken down, we know who to send first." Excellent. So, I'm sure Buck explained to you the beads, and you see his tail grab something out of a pouch on his hip, and it's his own copy of the disc with the beads, and it tucks itself back into the pouch. He goes, "It's a beautiful sentiment. I think it's wonderful. I will be granting you the coveted red bead." Well, it's not so coveted as the brown bead, but on a ship, you need to know knots. And it's handy to have out in the field as well, if you're not the ship type normally. So, as I have a bit of aptitude with cord, and he pats the hip at his side, he goes, "I get to do this portion." So, he sort of motions towards the cross post. He goes, address your post.
What's it
Hello,
mean?
post.
He goes, we don't have a pun bead, but I wish we could give it for all the people who do that. So, you'll see that there's some rope dangling off of each of them. Go ahead and grab one cord of rope. And he takes off a limp piece of string off of his post. And he goes, first, we're going to learn the square knot, sometimes known as the friendship knot. All right? Follow along. And he holds it up and waits for each of you to hold it up as well.
Klesh is still doing their absolute best to hide behind Rayldur. But
Does
two
Rayldur,
hands.
Does Rayldur, like, take the rope and pass it back to Klesh? Or
Yeah,
what?
I just I kind of palm it, to her,
Yeah.
to Klesh.
Okay.
He goes,
Two hands.
all right,
Damn.
I'm going to do it once
Them.
and say it once, a little fast so you get the idea. And then we'll do it again, a little slower all at the same time, and we go from there, all right? So here you go. Over, under, through, reverse, over, under, and through. And he creates a perfectly formed square knot. He goes, all right. Now it's not two basic granny knots on top of each other. You got to switch over in the middle. So here, okay, let's do it together again once more. Left over right. And as he explains it, each of you make a survival, sleight of hand, or dexterity check, your choice.
Klesh makes a 9 dexterity.
No.
Plus, you've managed to wrap it around your arm and then like slide it through, so it's got a weird like lame slip knot
Noose.
situation.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to cut off circulation, but not good enough to like really stay, and it just keeps slithering off. Rayldur, what you get?
11.
You manage to make it happen, and you're like trying to like shore it up, but the lengths aren't that great. But you're like, it works. Hazel, how'd you do?
Oh, babe.
Yeah, it wasn't as
One.
close.
Plus 1, too, but that is a nat 1.
Hazel, you
Okay,
managed
that's
to
good.
tie it correctly around your own wrists and have hobbled yourself.
I mean, it looks good.
Polly,
It does.
how you doing?
Got an 8.
You are in the same boat as Klesh. And Sly looks over and goes, all right, we have the advanced learning class. Got it. Okay. So, he looks over at Hazel. He's like, I'll be back for you.
Oh boy.
Sit tight.
He actually stops and goes, try not to get out of it. It's only going to make it worse and start cutting off circulation.
Got it.
Okay. He goes, good job, Rayldur. Practice that once more. Let me see over here. And he like peeks behind you. He goes, Klesh.
Just holds up their hands.
He goes, it's a good job. You didn't manage to tie yourself together.
It's good.
So go ahead and take your other hand and just pull that one underneath. There you go. All right. And then it like slithers off. He goes, okay. You
No eye contact.
he goes, you're Vidan, right?
Yes.
Nice. I've met a couple of Verdan. Always excellent individuals.
Thank you.
Were you shorter when you came on the boat?
What?
Check checks their height against Raylder's knee. No.
Maybe just a little.
I'm usually eye level with his kneecap.
You can't help but feel that you might have to look slightly down at it now that he's mentioned it.
I'm not ready for that.
He goes, no, hey, sometimes things happen that we're not ready for, but we meet those challenges head on. Hopefully, sometimes with our friends beside us,
Bodies change.
He taps the back of Raylder's arm, and he's like, Rayldur gets it. Obviously
Rayldur doesn't understand it.
Well, maybe not that part, but the changes thing, I'm sure.
I wasn't always this tall.
But it didn't happen overnight, Rayldur.
Klesh, make that roll again and add a d6.
Oh no.
Yeah. 14.
We'll need to get towels.
19.
And
oh, that's cocked. Dirty 20.
And he's sort of motioning for you to keep going as you're talking. And he's like, some changes do happen overnight. Probably not that one, but if you're a member of the crew, aren't you a captain?
Corporal.
Only a corporal? Oh, you'll be a captain in no time, I'm sure. And as you sort of have this chat, you look down and you've tied a square knot that looks a lot like the one that he had. It's better than Rayldur's.
Oh. Klesh is happy, starting to warm up.
He goes, all right, well, think about that, and I'm going to come over here and try and fix this one real quick. And he comes over to you, Polly, and he goes, Polly, you all right?
What?
All right.
Here we go.
He puts his hands on yours. They're very soft but strong.
Oh.
And he sort of holds up the hand with the rope on it, and he goes, have you done this before?
What? She turns bright red.
He's like, it's not entirely an answer, but okay. All right, here. He sort of moves your wrist, and he's like, grab the one underneath there and pull that out.
Mm-hmm.
And it slips off. He goes, all right. And he holds up his rope, and he goes, all right, follow along. I'm going to mirror what you should be doing. So match up, okay? All right. Left over right. Over, under, and through. And make that roll again. Oh, bonus cap.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 20, so 24.
As you stare into those red irises, a deep ember red, they almost smolder.
Oh.
You sort of finish off the knot, and it's an exact mirror of his. And he goes, nice. Nice.
Nice.
And he goes, you and Klesh, real good. I'll be right back. And he looks over at Hazel
uncontrollably.
He looks over at Hazel and he goes, he grabs the knot, Hazel, and he pulls it close, he pulls you into himself. And he's just a little taller than you, so he kind of looks down and he goes, Hazel, are you messing with me?
Potentially.
You can see he has a small fang. It's you didn't notice that before.
I'd like to say that I am.
I'd like for you to say that too. Here. And you realize he likely pulled you close because he had to get his whole hand into the knot as well. you also notice his hands are smooth but strong. And sort of like you feel something suddenly snap. You're not sure where. And he goes, there we go. All right. And suddenly your hands aren't tied anymore, but the rope is still there in your hand.
Hey.
He goes, Hazel,
Free at last.
we need to do the simple knots first before we get into the fun stuff.
Well,
I mean, it didn't look real pretty.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to cut off circulation. It's just supposed to be far. Anyway, okay. Let's try again, Hazel. Follow along.
All right.
And roll that check again.
All right. These are really big dice. Let's see.
For a real big mood. Nope.
That is a 3.
Maybe.
Not in that one,
You've
but
gone up.
Yeah, I got up. I did better.
you managed to replicate the same situation you had before. And he's like, Hazel, if I didn't know any better, I think you were flirting with me. Like, doing the same thing over again, that's, like, you had to try that.
I mean,
I'm talented.
you know, just wanted a little more attention. All right, I'll do it right this time.
He runs his hands along your arm, and he's like, I get it. And you feel that same, like, pop again. It's strange and new and different. And he goes, all right, Hazel, slower this time. Left over, right. Over, roll once more.
All right. New dice.
This whole thing is giving Polly very confusing feelings.
13.
Maybe
Yours looks
Polly
like
will just enjoy watching.
Rayldur's. It's a square knot. Absolutely. Not much else. And he's still really close, and he sort of like pats your cheek and he goes, nice, Hazel. Nice.
Thanks. We're doing the
Hey,
hang of
Klesh
it.
is slowly shrinking back behind Rayldur again.
It'll work.
He goes, and that's what we're looking for. Thanks, Rayldur. All right, next one. This is a bowline. And he picks up a little hoop, and he goes, the idea is to have the hoop at the end not move. And he like tugs to show that the knot is fast and that it has the loop. And he goes, if it moves, that's a slip knot, which is a different session. Okay. Make those checks again with a +3 modifier.
Ooh. 27.
12 for Klesh.
12.
7 for Hazel.
Hazel got a 7. Polly, was that a 27?
Yeah, it was.
Dang.
27.
Yeah, nat 20, 4 dex modifier, extra 3.
So Polly, like, just sort of like absent-mindedly, eyes fixated on Sly, I'm guessing.
Oh,
If I
absolutely.
remember correctly, you can do this not one-handed. She does. Just sort of like lazily flips the rope and like thwaps the rope down, and the loop is there, like a jaw hanging open. Meanwhile, Hazel, you have not. You've tied your arm. You've tied your wrists together again, but this time differently, but not cutting off circulation.
Ooh. Getting there.
Rayldur, Klesh, you get in the hang of this. This is all right. You made it happen. And he goes over and he's like,
Okay.
nice, and he just whistles at Polly. Just that low.
So Lynn has her hair caught gently in the breeze, so when she giggled, her hair fluttered
Oh,
gently
goodness.
around
Yeah,
her.
see, I've got kind of like an anime heroine going on right now because we don't have air conditioning, so we have
Ooh.
to set up like a triangle of fans around us. So if my hair is just kind of doing like anime heroine opening season,
Yeah.
that's why.
I'm amused.
That's why I have the shoujo thing going.
And as he whistles along at Polly, he looks over at Hazel and goes, Hazel. Hazel.
Oh, wow.
Hazel. Okay.
You know, I couldn't skip another round of attention.
Okay.
Clearly, I'm not just terrible at this.
All right. He actually whips the bowline through your arms as you hold them up and catches it, hooks it, and just sort of reels you towards him.
Wow.
And he goes, all right, Hazel, let's try this again. And he pulls the rope around so that he's behind you and you're facing away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got his arms around you. And you can feel his breath on the nape of your neck as he goes, all right, Hazel, put your hand over to the other side and work your finger into that knot.
You need to see if Ghost is available for strength.
It's getting kind of sexy in here.
So make me another check with advantage.
It is making
All right,
Klesh very
okay.
uncomfortable.
Polly might be into it.
16!
Too much.
The rope falls to the ground like a discarded piece of clothing. And he goes, here, use my rope. Maybe that's the problem.
It's a bad rope. It's not
I'm
me. I'm
sure.
very talented.
I'm sure that's the problem.
And just gently, his palms under your wrists, he goes, all right. Now slide them over this way. Move it over. Pull through. And make that check one more time with advantage.
Okay, so 51, 16, and then it's the 3, so 19.
Yes, that bowline is exactly as the first one he tied. And you feel that air against your neck again as he goes, very good, Hazel. And he steps away and he goes, okay. Last knot, the sheep shank. No, it doesn't include stabbing sheep, much to many rogues' chagrin. Now, he sort of flips the rope around on itself so that it's like crisscrossed, and then pulls the ends tight so that it holds the rope coils taut and compact.
Frown.
Make the check again with a +5 modifier.
Nat 1.
Okay. Oh
23.
no!
But if I'm
Well,
adding my saving and the +5, it's 11.
Oh, what was that? Klesh?
If I'm adding my saving throw bonus and the +5, it's that nat 1 becomes an 11.
No, it's either a straight
I'm
ability check
fine.
or okay. You don't have survival or sleight of hand?
My dex is better.
Okay. But the nat 1 +5. So 6. Yeah, no. The rope continues to dribble out of itself like water in a sieve, and you were confounded by this magic. Rayldur, what was yours?
With the +5 is 17.
Nice. You're like, sheep shank, holds rope, solid. What was yours, Polly?
23.
Yeah, you're like, it holds rope. It's not for stabbing sheep. Why would you do that? They're adorable and fluffy.
It holds the rope.
Yeah. What was yours, Hazel?
17.
It is
Got
a sheep
this.
shank. Well done. And he goes, you're naturals. Well done. Come claim your red bead. As he holds out a red bead to each of you.
Including Klesh?
Oh, just kidding.
I was like,
No, yeah, okay. So, nosebleed. He goes,
no,
all right.
I'm going to stop you really quick.
Hmm?
So my saving throw is +5, and you said I got a +5 from tying the other knots.
Yes, but
Is that not the
not
one negates my saving throw?
No, I give you a 6 because I'm not looking for a saving throw. I was looking for either the ability check or a
okay.
skill check.
Okay.
So that's why you didn't end up in a bad way. You just didn't get it.
Yeah.
So we have
he
a
comes
red
over and he's like, all right, Klesh, this one's a little tricky. It took me a while to get to. I believe we can do this. All right. So you hold it here, and then you grab the other one here. And then you keep that one there and use the other hand. All right? Try again.
Okay, so I rolled a 13.
You manage to get it looped around itself, and he's like, quick, pull it taut. And you like frantically pull the ends, and it goes and stays taut.
Ta-da!
And he's like, Klesh, you've earned the red bead.
Oh, thank you. Takes
All
the
right.
bead.
So we have the red bead from knots, and then from rowing we have was it a blue bead?
Black.
Black bead. It had a B in there.
And he goes, now that you are all conversant in rope, I will no longer need to speak to you with these gross mouth noises and will communicate to you in the language of the cord. And he like whaps the rope around a little bit and gesticulates, and he goes, just kidding, there's no such thing. Go find Tenor. He's next.
I don't like him. Okay.
Oh, I do.
He sort of like gestures off towards the rest of the ship, like he doesn't know, which he doesn't, where Tenor is.
Right.
But as you guys sort of wander down the deck, tying your new red bead below your black bead, or swapping them out, no one said there was a rule on that. You see up at the up on the top deck, near where the captain is, who has vacated his station and made his way to the bow to sort of enjoy the spray. The slapping of oars, a gentle thrum in the background. You see Tenor has seated himself cross-legged on the deck, and as you approach, he goes, please, take care of the circle and sit around.
Okay.
Does each of you sit in a circle with him? I don't hear any objections.
No.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So he goes, well done, friends. I hear you've undergone 2 tasks already. Our next task won't be one of physical dexterity or might, but of the heart. I challenge you each to share with us something that truly terrifies you. I will start.
Mm-mm.
To give you an example. Now, it might be a little silly, but I am terrified of mimes.
Of what?
Clowns and jesters I can handle, but when they don't talk or anything, and there's nothing there, that really freaks me out. Now, like I said, I know it's silly, and I honestly haven't shared that with my team. We've shared other things. We've also done these exercises. But I hope that sort of gives you an idea that there's no wrong answer. And so long as it is something that really worries you, it is valid, and this should be a safe space to share. And if any of you feel particularly moved to criticize someone else's thing, please stop and consider if you would want the same done to you. Who feels they're ready at this moment to share?
Rayldur will like reach into his little like pack and pull out his like little pipe. And we'll make a little pipe.
As you're making the pipe, Tenor goes, Rayldur, as you were the first to make noises, it sounds like you volunteer.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing about me is that I love this pipe. If anything were to happen to it, I'd just be devastated. You can tell he's reaching here. It was not anticipating this type of activity.
It's okay, Rayldur. We'll put
It's a safe
a
space.
pin in. We'll put a pin in your pipe. Not literally, though. I wouldn't want you to be concerned.
Thank you.
And we'll come back and see if you have anything else you might want to share.
I don't like enclosed spaces. Is that one? Did I do it?
Before we commit to that answer, I'll ask you to consider it and see if it's something that really terrifies you or something you just don't prefer. One of you, perhaps, ready to share?
I'll go next.
Thank you,
I'm
Hazel.
terrified of my parents' expectations.
Sorry.
Tenor's is knocked back, and he goes,
Yes, you are.
that is a very valid fear. Yes, Polly?
That's my answer too.
We can have the same answer. That is, you may find that those shared fears, you can find strength in knowing that others have those same fears. So,
Great.
Shrink.
excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Hazel, for sharing. Thank you, Polly, for sharing.
This is so comfortable. Okay.
Klesh, or maybe if Rayldur has had a long enough moment to consider.
Yeah, no, I really don't like enclosed spaces. Like a lot. There's a word for it. It's very complicated. I don't like not being able to move around. When my appendages aren't movable, I don't like that.
Thank you, Rayldur, for sharing.
You're welcome.
Klesh, if you're ready.
I don't like that I don't know things.
That is a fear of mine as well.
I don't know where I came from, and I don't know when I'm going to get big, and I don't know anything about what I am. Just that I am.
Thank you for sharing, Klesh. I know that some of those same fears, I'm sure, are shared by at least me, if not some of the other people you work with here. Do any of you maybe have some thoughts on what Klesh has said that might help them?
It doesn't matter who you are. You just do a good job. That's what's important, right? Or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
That sounds like
I
something.
think that's a good sentiment. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I may not have said it in the exact same way, but he's absolutely correct.
Do you mean it doesn't matter where I came from as long as I'm a good person now?
That's a bit closer to what I would have said, yes.
And a good worker. Yes.
Thank you, Rayldur.
You're welcome.
Diligence is a great virtue. Well done. And that may
Looks like-
not have been as hard for some of us, but it may be harder than we thought for some of us. Well done. Here is the blue bead, the bead of friendship and trust. And he passes one each to the right so that each of you get your blue bead. He goes, I think your next task will be starting shortly. And almost on cue, you see another gnome that you recognize from the below depths as having a full beard, who was sort of standing next to the other younger gnome with the timpani. Did I say dwarf or gnome? Gnomes. They're all gnomes.
Gnome.
Yeah. He comes up on deck carrying a small array of buckets and mops, and he goes, "Time to earn the coveted brown bead." And so there we'll end our session this evening.
Oh,
I don't want the brown bead.
So thank you
No one wants the
for playing
I don't even like brown.
somewhat truncated session this evening, but I'm happy we could get it done. I'm happy that everything has worked so far as I can tell, and I will be very upset later if it didn't. So that's the thing. Before we go, so we introduced ourselves, so we did that. But I'd love to give a shout out to Nomad and Doomsayer and everyone else who's helped start build Front Shield over the time, and we're hoping to make it grow some more. If you missed this one, we're going to have it up on YouTube. There may also be a return of the teller in various ways, either here on Twitch or on the YouTubes, as well as maybe some new stuff for Silicon Valley by Night, as there's been a bit of a drought for that. So yes, don't you worry, Karvis. Yeah, Karvis has a disembodied Karvis voice says, "I'll get there soon," even though they missed out on some beads. We'll see.
Oh no, they're beadless.
Make it in time for the brown bead.
Just in time for the brown bead. That's
Don't want
right.
it.
All right, Atarik's crew.
If you only
Thank
have
you.
one bead, make it a brown bead.
It's
I
brown
don't
bead.
have all the beads, but when I do, it's brown.
Okay.
All right, Atarik's crew. Thanks for playing D&D with us. Thanks for playing Pretend. Good night.
Bye.